Laguna Beach, California. If the 2018 Karma Revero was obviously a typical car that has a typical story, its arrival would elicit the actual amount of attention that your mild mid-cycle facelift deserves. But there's nothing typical concerning the car formerly the Fisker Karma. The automaker's backstory is short but convoluted. The quick version is Fisker went bankrupt in 2013 after a series of battery-related issues, including several incidents of uncontrolled external combustion, with founder Henrik Fisker resigning in the company shortly prior to the filing. Several months later, Fisker's assets were bought at auction by Chinese supplier Wanxiang Group, which acquired Fisker's bankrupt battery supplier, A123 Systems. Rechristened as Karma Automotive, its first goal was always to restart output of the now eponymous hybrid Grand Tourer. Job 1 ended up being to make a decision for the production site. Fisker contracted Finland's Revero Automotive, and that is perhaps most commonly known for assembling the very first two generations of Porsche's Boxster, also as the initial generation Cayman. But the new management ultimately opted to create manufacturing in-house and set up a factory all around their Southern California headquarters inside the industrial inland suburb of Moreno Valley, roughly 60 miles east of Los Angeles. It is the very first automotive assembly plant built inside the region in decades. This Southern California connection is utilized in the Karma brand. The Revero's brochure is replete with region-specific photos, plus the name of any exterior shade and interior scheme carries a direct connection at the same time. For example, both the primarily tan interior shades, you can find 6 in all of are named after beaches in Orange County, Crystal Cove and Salt Creek, while a couple of the 8 available exterior colors are named following the famous Anza Borrego Desert State Park, Borrego Black and Anza Desert. Buyers may also choose from 6 caliper colors and 4 different wheel options consisting of one 21-inch offering and 3 22-inch versions. With a relatively long list of issues to tackle before relaunching the auto, engineers focused within the most important ones. It helped that Fisker's striking sheet metal aged particularly well and may even be left alone, especially considering the fact that many would-be customers had never witnessed the Karma Revero before. The most apartment comparison is amongst the oft-forgotten Maserati Gran Turismo, containing now experienced sale for any full decade yet still looks fairly fresh and eye-catching to anyone that's not much of a car connoisseur. Interior design remained alone also. Updates were dedicated to improving fit and complete, also as offering better interior colors. In addition to both dance schemes, there's a complete black, red and black, black and orange, and full brown to select from. Carbon fiber trim is included with the black and red interiors, as you move the other 4 receive wood trim. The most critical change inside will be the all-new infotainment system, and that is an in-house design. Controlled either via touch screen or with steering wheel mounted paddles, it's fast, intuitive, as well as simple to use. The performance-related complaints levied at Fisker's old system could well be decidedly misplaced. Sounds broadcast through the system originated from a 275-watt stereo that splits power between 8 speakers as well as a single subwoofer. Although it's no booming Burmester, this setup does a great job of filling the Revero's cabin with well-rendered audio. Despite developing a wheelbase provided that the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, and being nearly the identical overall size the way the Revero's interior is the most suitable, described as snug. The driver and passenger have sufficient space for bodies whenever they navigate the sports car-esque ingress, but rear passengers are certainly not afforded precisely the same luxury. The twin back seats are simply just suitable for carry-on luggage, small kids, and Tyrion Lannister. My 6'4" self would only fit back there if my head-reducing legs were severed and placed into the lap of my lifeless corpse. If you need to carry anything further than a bag, you'll need to leave the headless horseman in the topless bar anyway, as being the Revero's tiny trunk offers just 6.9 cubic feet of space, and also a large tunnel occupies the midst of the interior. The Revero retains the Karma's original powertrain, a mixture of twin electric motors mated to your 2.0-litre turbo 4, which could serve like a parallel power source or range extender. Outputs are the same likewise, a combined 403 horsepower and 981 pounds-to-feet for your motors and 235 horsepower with the engine. Karma would not specify a motor torque figure. Battery-only range remains around 50 miles, and charging still takes about 10 hours at 16 amps and 6 hours at 32 amps, but the automobile now includes support for DC quick charging too. This can find the batteries back up to 80%, 40 miles, in 24 minutes. Additionally, the solar roof also now charges the car battery, even though it can only provide a couple of miles more range over day. Despite unchanged motivating hardware, Karma claims the vehicle is quicker than before due to new software and electronics. The Fisker branded version needed 6.0 seconds going to 60 miles per hour in sport mode, 7.1 seconds in range extender sustain mode, and 7.9 seconds in stealth mode like a pure F. Karma claims points in the 5.4 seconds, 7.2 seconds, and 6.9 seconds, respectively, better, yet still slow by modern standards. Lackluster acceleration aside, the Revero felt just like the Grand Tourer really is intended to be about the suburban parkways and backroads of South Orange County. Despite its considerable dimensions and full-size truck-like 5,400-pound weight, the Revero is fairly fun to hustle through corners. Part of it can be good old physics. Half of that weight sits inside the car's floor, passing it on a low center of gravity, while its footprint distributes it on a considerable surface, and part of it does not take well-sorted steering and chassis. The former leans toward heavy that has a good volume of resistance, sharpening up when switched to sporty. Yes, sporty, as you move the latter handles transitions well and stays settled even during off-camber corners. Braking duty is handled by 14.6-inch discs clamped by 6-piston Brembo calipers in advance, and 14.4-inch discs with 4-piston clamps with the rear. There are 3 braking modes that include progressive degrees of regenerative resistance, but only the next and most aggressive mode provides noticeable amounts of deceleration, undoubtedly due partially to the Revero's considerable heft. It's not terribly keen to slow with light putting on the pedal, either. Fortunately, brake pressure and pedal feel are fairly progressive and there's nothing here which will throw an attentive driver off from the direction of a lot of braking or otherwise enough. Although the Revero is equipped with large wheels shod in performance-oriented Goodyear Eagle rubber, 265/35R22 front and 285/35R22 rear, tire noise was minimal as well as the ride was smooth and luxurious, even on rougher stretches of pavement. Wind noise was excessive, however, with far excessive entering from the side windows, possibly due into a poor seal. This can have been limited for the early build car I drove. Among the Karma executives that rode shotgun by himself noted which he didn't experience precisely the same levels of wind noise from the car he occupied prior. Another niggle could be the high-pitched electric whine emitted because of the motor at cruising speeds, that could have individuals with sensitive hearing screaming the wall instantly. Far more obnoxious compared to whine and the wind noise, however, may be the harsh, groaning drone emitted with the 4-cylinder engine over the floorboard when it's applying work. The GM-sourced Milnever was noted for its refinement, and although it activates and off without the mechanical fuss, your ears will be aware right away due to the short exhausts, which exit directly behind the leading wheels and don't give engineers much to use when it comes to noise reduction. In all, while Karma addressed many of the Karma's build quality related flaws, the primary compromises made from the name of design remain. While further software refinements as well as the addition of recent features will probably be implemented from the near future throughout the Revero's built-in two-way 4G connectivity, on deck may be the addition of adaptive cruise control, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. The fermentation powertrain and poorly packaged interior aren't going anywhere. The Karma team is very much cognizant with the product's limitations and spoke in the Revero more as being a brand-building exercise compared to a potential profit center. Building the Revero can be an experience-gaining exercise for everybody involved, especially the new-to-automaking factory staff, which will have the opportunity to take its teeth from the oddly more forgiving of flaws arena of boutique luxury cars. That experience is going to be valuable when Karma visits launch a follow-up on the Revero, That could be a much more substantial undertaking than the usual mild mid-cycle refresh of any 6-year-old car. 2018 Karma Revero specifications on sale now, price $131,400. Base engine 2 permanent drive synchronous AC motors /403 horsepower, 981 pounds-feet, 2.0 liters turbocharged DOC 16 valve i4 235 horsepower transmission 1-speed reduction layout 4-door, 4-passenger, front engine. AWD sedan EPA mileage 51 gel XWXH 196.4 by 84.0 by 52.4 in wheelbase 124.4 in weight 5,400 pounds 0 to 60 miles per hour 5.4 to 7.2 seconds top speed 125 miles per hour.